Hello all, I am Ritesh Chauhan working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. So in this video, we are going to solve an example which was asked in GTO exam repeatedly of Unit 1. So the question is, explain lexical analysis phase of a compiler that we already discussed in Unit 1. For a statement given below, write the output of all phases except of an optimization phase of a compiler where A, B and C are of type float, and the statement is A equal to A plus B into C into 2. So here the statement is easy to solve by passing this statement by each of the phases of compiler. But the twist is that we not need to generate optimized code. So the code generation phase takes the output of intermediate code instead of code optimization phase. So this question is also asked for 7 marks in GTO exam. So let's solve this example. As we know, the first phase of compiler is lexical analyzer, which breaks this statement into tokens and classifies into different lexical classes such as identifier, constant and operator. So the output from the lexical analyzer is id1 equal to id1 plus id2 into id3 into 2. Now here id1 is used for A, so don't write id2 here. If you write id2, then the whole sum is going to wrong. Okay. Now this output of lexical analysis is taken as an input by syntax analysis, and it generates parse tree or syntax tree. According to precedence of operator, first id3 is multiplied by 2, then the answer stored in temporary will be multiplied by id2, then this answer is added with id1 and assign the whole answer to id1. Now this syntax tree is taken by semantic analyzer as an input for matching of parentheses, for checking type compatibility, or for checking the scope of the variable. In this example, 2 is in integer and all the variables are of type float or real. So semantic analysis first convert this 2 from integer to real. So the output looks like this. First it convert integer to real 2, then it will be multiplied by id3, then the whole answer is multiplied by id2, and this whole answer is added with this id1, and at last the answer is assigned to id1. Now the machine independent intermediate code is generated. First, integer to real is stored in temporary variable t1, then this id3 is multiplied by the answer stored in t1 and stores the result into t2. Then this id2 is multiplied by this answer, which is already stored in t2. So what we write? t3 equal to id2 into t2. Now id1 is added with this whole answer. Okay. So what is our t4? So t4 equal to id1 plus the whole answer is stored in t3. So t4 equal to id1 plus t3. And at last the whole answer is stored in T4 is assigned to ID 1. So now we directly generate target code by taking the output of intermediate code generation. Why? Because in question, as per question, it is not needed to optimize the intermediate code. Okay. So we are taking this intermediate code and directly we are generating the target code, that is code generation. So now we take this code for code generation. First, move F, this 2 is moved in R1. Why we use F? Because we are dealing with floating point number, and why this has is written here? Because it indicates that this 2 is constant. Now this ID 3 is first moved to R2 and then multiply with this answer that is stored in R1. So the ID3 is stored in register R2 and this answer, this 2 is stored in register 1. So we simply multiply by the mnemonic code MULF and we multiply directly R2 and R1. And the result is stored in R2. Note that when we perform any operation, the answer will stored in the left side. So after multiplying R2 and R1, the answer is stored in R2. So next ID2 is moved in R3, register 3, then it multiply with the previous answer, that is R2, and stores the result in, as I say on the left hand side, R3. Similarly, ID1 is moved in R4, then added with register 3, and result is stored in R4. Finally, the answer stored in R4 is assigned to ID1. So move R4 in ID1. So this is a target code for A equal to A plus B into C into 2. So this type of question may be twisted in examination. So first read question properly, then proceed to solve the question. Hope you all understand this concept. Thank you.